11:07. Today we got a special guest uh coming out from Miami, We got Davi Sol. I've been following you for a minute actually, cause you know Monroe, right? Monroe Jordan.
Yeah, Monroe. That's the homie. That's the bro. Oh, and it's
Yeah.
Davi, by the way.
You said what?
It's Davi, by the way.
Davi? Okay, my bad, bro. Davi
straight, bro.
Sol. But yeah, man, like I known you from him, and then I've been following you for a while, and it's like you're pretty like linked up, like in terms of just like having just like a huge following and movement. Cause like I see it's like this theme of like welcome to the crowd or like in the crowd. And I'm just kind of curious, or the crowd, honestly. I just kind of want to get like a little background on that.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. So the crowd is the name of the movement. It's the name of like just everybody that's just a part of what we do. Whether that be like the supporters, like the team, like all that. Like the crowd is just just the general name of like what we call that. And honestly, like I don't really try to be too cliquish. I don't really try to be too like exclusive. Like, oh, you got to be like this or this to be a part of the crowd. Like honestly, like I try to be all inclusive with it. You know what I mean? Like as long as like you're really on your stuff and you like have the same interests and you are kind of just like young, like in the city or whatever, just doing your thing, and you just fire like cool. You could be a part of the crowd. You know what I mean? Like it's really not that complicated. You feel me? But
I feel that.
I think people just associate just like me and my team, like just like our kind of like aesthetic with being involved with the crowd. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like me and my team. So like my direct team is called the Second Floor. That's just me, JR, Fendi, my other homie B fans, Praise, a couple other people. And like we kind of have this like real dark aesthetic, this kind of like almost cyberpunky but like bright Japanese streetwear inspired, real dark aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that type of aesthetic. And I think like just like subconsciously, like a lot of our supporters just gravitate more towards that whenever we throw an event or whenever we like have like a video shoot or whatnot. So it just kind of happens like on accident. You know what I mean? It's not like I tell people like, yo, you got to be like this. Like, nah, you feel me? So I think I think we just like are kind of like creating like this some of like a subculture within the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like when you were talking about like kind of like y'all have like this dark like aesthetic like cyberpunk vibe. I really saw that in like y'all's music video with you and like I might pronounce it wrong, placard or play card.
Yeah, placard.
Yeah, placard. And like that was a vibe right there. Like when did y'all shoot that? Or like not when, but like where did y'all shoot that actually?
Bro, so we literally shot it like some in the middle of June, and we shot it at the studio that we recorded actually. So JR at the time he still like works with them real close, but he was physically working at the studio in Columbus called Music, and that's like where I recorded a majority of my music when I was still in Columbus. And they just happened to have like this like back room that people were able to rent out for like just like videos, photo shoots, and like events and whatnot. So we just like shot it on that back room. And if you see like actual like raw pictures and videos of the back room, it looks really different. But just the videographers that we work with, Brian, Tomorrow We Die, and Fendi, like they just did a really good job of making it seem like there was a lot more space than it actually was, and making it seem like we were in somewhere we weren't, because it was like a photo studio type deal. Like they made it seem like we were in some like super crazy underground initiation ritual type place, and I really rock with it like real heavy.
No, I feel that. So like everything's pretty much like in-house in terms of like the creative direction, the music videos. Like when it comes to production, like are you solely an artist or are you an artist and producer?
So I'm an artist and a producer. I produce everything with my homie Okasan, who I actually live with right now. When we were making Alone in the Crowd, like in Columbus, like I would say at that time it was kind of more equal. Like I was um, usually doing most of like the melody stuff, like piano, keys, guitar, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Just because like I could play keys and I play guitar and whatnot, and he was doing a lot of the drums and the bass. But since I came to Miami, like he's taken a lot more charge of like the production role, and I've just kind of been kind of like stepping back in production and focusing more on writing and whatnot since I've got here. But yeah, like I like to be very hands on my work. So even if I'm not like sitting there physically, like on the DAW myself, like I like to very much be a part of like the direction. Like every beat that I pretty much have made, like sung over or did anything over, like I pretty much like I've oversaw the creation of it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
same thing with the videos. Same thing with the videos. Same thing with like the merchandise. Like I'm very hands on with it. Like I like being there while it's created. I like having my input there. Like I don't like just like giving someone like a bunch of random ideas and like hoping that they get it. You know what I mean? Like I like being there while it's being made. Like I'm very hands on with everything I do.
Okay, so even like have you ever like branched out to other producers, or just everything that you've released so far has just been like you and your team?
I have worked with other producers. There's a couple that I have some stuff coming out with. Like the homie Zero from Columbus. Shout out to Zero. A couple other ones too, but like most of the time it's really just me and my team. Okasan is really good at what he does. Like really, really good at what he does. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think that like what I like doing instead of just like working with a lot of random producers, I like kind of just building relationships with certain producers and engineers. And because I think that way, at least early in your career, like it helps you kind of like formulate your specific sound. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I definitely feel that. And like, I know you said like you moved to Miami. Like, how's that been like since like the move?
Dude, it's crazy. Like it's real. So I've never been to Miami, or matter of fact, like never really been to Florida at all.
Really? Like you didn't even visit before like just making the move?
Nah, bro, I've never been to Miami or Florida like at all before I moved here. Like, and honestly, I wasn't even supposed to move here. Like, I didn't know I was gonna move here till like 2 months before I was about to move here. Like, I was supposed to move to LA, but things just like went south. Like, things didn't work out well, and I got the opportunity to move here, and I kind of just like ran with it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, cool. Well, I was in Columbus. I was talking all this stuff, but I was about to move to LA. I'm not about to stay in the city. And at the same time, like I felt like I was getting real comfortable in Columbus. You know what I mean? And it was cool. Like a lot of people like asked me like, yo, like you got to be crazy, like having like that big of like a following there, and like being so comfortable, being able to like like bring out so many people so easily. And to me, like I like that and I love that, and I'm always gonna appreciate that. But to me, it got scary because to me, I was getting way too comfortable. Like I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna be able to grow if it's not. I'm not gonna say easy, but if it's this like like this all the time, it's not conducive to my growth. Like me being in Miami and being in a city where nobody knows who I am, and where like I'm like a nobody, it's refreshing to me. Because to me, I'm like, it makes me more hungry. It's like, cool, it's a new challenge. I could do it all over again. But I will say though, bro, it's crazy. I have not had a single normal day in Miami. Like I would tell you that. Like every day here, it feels like a video game. It feels like a GTA server.
No, I definitely feel that, man. Like Miami's like a crazy city, and the fact that like it's probably like you didn't even like visit before, and it's just like you moved to that spot, which is like a blessing in disguise. Because I know like of course like LA is like a hot spot, but like Miami, I remember when I went to go visit, it just seemed like every day, like you said, was a video game for real. Like you just meet a lot of crazy people.
Really, bro, there's no like I've not met a single normal person in Miami, and that's not a bad thing, bro. It's just that everybody here just is like a character, and like everybody here, everything here is just so exaggerated, bro. Like I feel like I'm living in like an RPG. You know what I mean? Like
what would you say is like one of your craziest, like, well, kind of like walk us through like a day like in Miami for you?
Bro, there's like no routine. Like I would say this. Let me think. Like okay, so I had a night the other night, actually, and I don't know how explicit you want me to be on this podcast, by the way.
Be as free as you can, bro.
No, I was chilling with this girl, and she was real cool, but I got invited to like this little thing. You feel me? And I didn't really know what it was. I was really tired that night, but I was like, bro, like I need to make new friends. Let me just go out to this thing, and I go out to this thing. I don't really know where it was. It's in the middle of nowhere, like in this random alley. I walk in and the dudes make me put like a sticker like on my phone camera, because so we're like not allowed to take videos or photos and nothing like that. I walk in and it's just like mad, like just girls, just like a whole like 200 like e-girl looking people, just like all just there, bro, like all moshing to like neo soul music. And you feel me, everybody just like doing like cocaine and like Molly and all this crazy stuff, just like like moshing to like jazz and neo soul, and it was lit, like live instruments, all that stuff. It was mad lit though, you know what I mean? And yeah, like that was pretty cool. They took me to like this place afterwards, and it was real cool. It was like this 24-hour like food spot. Being from the Midwest, we're not from the Midwest, but being living in the Midwest for such a long time.
Yeah.
The thing that people do is like, cool, you do this function, and afterwards you go to like Waffle House or something. You know what I mean? You like a late night food spot. You fry, you drunk, you go to Waffle House.
Right.
I'm like, cool, it's a deal like that. Nah, we go to this like 24-hour Colombian spot after this, crazy like little event or whatever. And I'm thinking I'm about to get my food, but like everybody's just like, I'm like, why is there a dance floor in the middle of this restaurant, bro? So they over here, like, you feel me, pull me to the dance floor. I'm like, it's like 2 a.m., bro. You feel me? Just dancing like Michael Jackson over here. You know what I mean? I could still tell that everybody's on cocaine. I finally sit down to eat my food, and we good. I go to an after party. After party had an after party. After party's after party had an after party. I was like, damn, bro. Like, y'all do this shit every weekend? And they just like, bro, this is like every 3 days for us. I'm like, dude. Because I'm not the party type of person, you feel me? Like, I'm very much a homebody, you feel me? So I was like, damn, that's crazy. Also, just like meeting random people, bro. Like, you just never know who you meet out here. Like, like I was trying to cop some shrooms from this dude, this girl that I had met. Went to go like, help me cop some whatever. Like, and this dude, the plug ended up being like an A&R from something like that. And I'm like, bro, like just crazy stuff like that. It's just like, I'm so desensitized to it. Like, I'm desensitized to like, just crazy stuff like that happening. I'm desensitized to supercars, and I'm desensitized to bad bitches, because you just see that shit every day, bro.
Damn. So like, it must be like a huge transition coming from like Columbus, or just like staying in Columbus for like a while and then like coming to Miami.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like, the change of pace has been a very hard adjustment, and honestly, like, it ain't been easy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all fun and games, because at the same time, I'm still trying to like keep my focus, and I'm still trying to like like be serious and conduct myself as a professional. And there's like a lot of temptations out here, and I ain't gonna lie, like, I fuck with the temptations sometimes. Like, this should be fun, like, I'm not gonna lie. But like, yeah, it's just like trying to keep it balanced, you feel me? And
especially being like an artist, it's like, it's like essentially like your job to like have these experiences.
Yeah, bro, because I'm very much like a method writer, you know what I mean? Like, I write about like, I get inspiration from the things that happen in my life. Like, I don't like making stuff up, you know what I mean? Like, everything that I write about, like, most of it has happened to me, you know what I mean? So my music has been getting a lot better, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really gonna drop anything that I've made in Miami till like next year, just because I have to drop like a whole bunch of like older stuff before, just to get it out the way. But the music I've been making since I came here has been pretty ridiculous. I've been making some pretty crazy stuff. I've been making like depressed in Miami music, like evil strip club music.
Oh shit. Dang, I'm definitely like gonna be ready to hear that, because like, bro, like, I was like listening to See Me, man. Like,
oh yeah,
the vocals were crazy. The production was even crazier. Like, who like, was it just you on that production, or did you co-produce with someone else?
I appreciate it, bro. So no, that was me and Okasan. The whole album is like me and Okasan, pretty much. I played the keys. So basically, I recorded myself playing the keys on my iPhone, like on my like voice recording. Put it into FL Studio, and I just chop it up, and then I put some drums over it, and then Okasan laid down the bass. And then JR just added like the finishing touches when it came to the engineering and shit like that. And the beat switch at the end was JR. So yeah, that was that.
Man, that was like some Kanye shit. Like, you just like had the idea out the script, for real.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
So like, you said like you're from Columbus, or like were you just raised in Columbus?
So originally, I'm from Indonesia. I don't know if you know where Bali's at, but I was
Kind of.
born in Bali, Indonesia. I only lived there for like a year or two, though. I didn't live there for a very long time. I had to come to America just for like a whole lot of reasons, typical immigrant stuff.
Right.
Um, but I had came to like LA at first, just for like a year, and then I grew up my early childhood. I grew up in the East Coast, like Jersey,
Mhm.
mainly, around other places, but mainly Jersey. And then I came to Columbus when I was like I think like 12, 11, something like that. And I spent like my like preteen and teenage years here in Columbus, so I kind of grew up all over the place for real.
Dang, so you were like moving all over the place. So I guess it's like when you like how long did you live in Indonesia?
But I only lived in Indonesia for like a year or two, so I don't really remember a whole lot of it. But at the same time, I was one of those kids that kind of had like a really early memory. So
Yeah.
like I could faintly remember like some of it, but it didn't really like it don't really stick to me a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like I was born there, and like me being born there has like affected my life like a whole lot in like a whole lot of different ways. But like I don't remember
Mhm.
too much.
Like would you since like you're on the path of music, like were your parents like super supportive of your ventures, or like how was like I guess the dynamic when it came to like careers?
So my parents have pretty much they've been for the most part pretty supportive. Cause like my parents, like I mean, my parents are the people that got me into music, honestly. Cause my dad used to, he plays guitar, and from what I hear, he was like playing music a lot, like in a band, like when he was younger. And my mom was like one of those like Hindu like dancers when she was like younger and whatnot. So
Oh,
like my
word.
dad is like, yeah, my dad is like the one that like forced me to learn keys like when I was like 5, and I hated it at first, but I ended up liking it, and I was like full force with it. You know what I mean? Plus, they named me after the dude in the Bible that was like literally like a musician king dude. So it was like, if y'all didn't want me to be a musician, you kind of just messed up there. Like y'all should have thought that through. You know what I mean?
Right. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
It's like
I
y'all
guess
brought that
y'all was
upon
like
yourselves.
I guess like you had like a pretty like I guess like crazy like upbringing in terms of just like music always being played in the house.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like my dad, I remember like bro would always just like play like a whole lot of classic rock and jazz and like all that stuff. Not a whole lot of rap. Like sometimes, like I remember like the only like rap that he would play was like DMX and like 50, just because we lived in like the East Coast, so like it was kind of inescapable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then my mom was just playing a whole lot of like gospel stuff, like a lot of like all that. So like I always heard like a lot of music like growing up. I always like loved it, different types of music too. You feel me? And like I learned how to play keys when I was like 5, and like I was like always singing in church and whatnot. So yeah, it's always really been in me for real.
So from there, like how did your music career get paved?
Yo, so I didn't really start taking music seriously till I was like I would say I didn't start taking music seriously till I was like 14, 15. That's when I met my mentor.
Yeah.
His name is Harv. I randomly met him at the mall one day. Um, it was actually really funny. Like I had just like me and my girlfriend at the time had just like broken up, and I was just being like a teenage kid. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm mad. I'm about to just go hang out with a whole bunch of random girls.
Yeah.
Type stuff like that. As we're about to leave, I ran into this dude, and I was just the type of kid that just like always bothered people all the time. Like like
Right.
I'm like, oh, you have a brand, let me model for you. Oh, you make music. Oh, let me make music with you. I was just like that annoying kid that like just persistent and stuff like that. So originally, like I was bothering the hell out this dude, trying to like model for him, and he was just like, all right, fine. So he scheduled a meeting with me like the next week, and I came there, we talked, and it was cool. And my mom had brought me there, and my mom, just being the mom, is like, "Yo, by the way, he makes music too." And I'm like, bro, please, like, don't do this. You feel me? Like, don't do this right now. But he's like, "Now play your music." So I play my music for him, and he's like, "Bro, you actually pretty cool. You good? Like, come back next week, bring your crew, and all that." So I did that, and from there, like, he kind of just like mentored me. He was the first person to really show me. He brought me around like a whole lot of like industry writers and like industry producers, like behind the scenes people and stuff like that. And it kind of just showed me that for the first time that it wasn't just like a pipe dream to make music. You know what I mean? Like it was possible. Uh, that was like my first time like where I saw music not just as like a fantasy, but as like a reality, because he was bringing me around all these like Grammy nominated producers, you know, like writers for like Chris Brown. Oh, bro, for example, you remember that song No Limit by Usher and Young Thug? Bro, like
Bruh.
I heard that beat like a year before it even came out, because one of his homies like I came in, played the beat. It wasn't even supposed to be for them. And you know, like a year later, I'm like, bro, I'm not familiar. He's like, bro, you heard this. Like just things like that, you know, to like a 15-year-old kid, you know, you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? So like I started taking it seriously after I met him, and he was mentoring me like every single week, just kind of like bringing me around these like writers and producers, and kind of helping me hone my craft. And at the time I was like mainly rapping, trying to just like get noticed as like a 15, 16-year-old kid in the music scene here. So I was doing a lot of like local shows and whatnot, kind of being like the odd one out, like the young. And like I was performing with my crew at the time, the Collective, at like venues that we weren't even old enough to get into. Like I'm over here at 16 performing at like 21 plus like bars and stuff. Like I got X's on my hands, like you feel me, trying to hide it from all the bad bitches.
No, I feel
like on some real shit.
Do what you gotta do, you know.
Yeah. And also like at the same time, like I had went to high school with Trippy, and I seen him like, you know, blow up too, like go real big, you know what I mean? So like I'm over here getting introduced to all these like behind the scenes people. At the same time, one of my homies from high school is like going crazy here. And you know, so like a teenage me, you know, at that point, that was kind of like the epiphany I had, where I was like, bro, like I could do this too. Like if everybody else could do this, this is my everyday reality that I see. I see these people here all the time, and I see them doing their thing. What's to say that I can't do it too? You know what I mean? And that's kind of just been the mindset that I've been on. That was like what started it all, to be honest, of me taking it seriously. And I haven't really looked back since then.
And it's kind of crazy how like at an early age, you were already like well connected and just like kind of like already like in the industry. Because usually it's like you said, like it's kind of always looked at as like a pipe dream, especially like being involved with music. But like you got to be like seeing like the producers and the songwriters and shit. Like you even went to like high school. You said you went to high school, Trippy Red?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of crazy, you know, like a lot of kids would like love to have that kind of like upbringing and just like kind of be brought into music through that. But like, how does that feel, just having that experience? Like, are you just like really super grateful for just like all of that?
Bro,
or like
honestly,
what's
it's pretty cool, bro. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Just like I definitely recognize it as like a blessing. You feel me? Like my friends always joke with me and say that I have like the craziest knack for being at like the right place at the right time, and I could very much attest to that. You know what I mean? Like it's really cool, and it's honestly more than anything, like I draw inspiration from it a lot. You feel me? Because I've never really been the type of person to be like, hey, bro, like you up right now, we was cool, or like, hey, do this for me. Like I very much recognize that nobody owes me shit. You feel me? Like nobody has to do anything for me, regardless of how close we are, how cool we are, or how successful someone has gone, or how easy it is. You know what I mean? Like to me, the main thing that's important for me is the type of inspiration I draw from it. Because even if they was to do that, I'd rather just make my own path. You know what I mean? So it's cool, but at the same time, like I'm not going to, you know, I try not to think too much about it. You know what I mean? I try not to like, you know, like dwell too much on that. But at the same time, like it is really cool, you know what I mean? Because you get to see all that. Like you see like real life, like all this pop culture stuff that's going on, stuff that other people enjoy, like seeing the genesis of it to like to the complete product that everybody just enjoys on a mass scale is insane. You feel me?
And it's kind of like even more inspiring to see that like you're like, when it comes to like the people that you like rock with, like your group, the people that you like show love, the people who show you love back, like it's like you don't really care about like how many followers they have, how many streams they got, or like all that other shit. Like you just, like you said, like you just care about more about the connections and just really like the relationship that you have with that person and with your fans.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Because at the end of the day, like it's all about like the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people want to look at everything as like numbers, and you know, maybe to a fault, like I don't look at numbers enough, and I'm trying to like look at things as numbers more nowadays. But I've always just seen things as like people. Like at the end of the day, like you can't do none of this without the people. You know what I mean? It's like I always like make a point to just like try to have these genuine conversations, build genuine relationships with every supporter. Whether it be like an industry connection too. Like I try like my best not to come off as like an opportunist. Like, yo, like if we're gonna be connecting, like I want to build something genuine. You know what I mean? Because like I said, to me, it's all about the people.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how you said like since you moved to Miami, like now it's like you don't get phased by like the fast cars and like the women, but it seems like you've always been like that for like a while now.
Somewhat. I mean, yeah, like to a certain extent, yeah. But in Miami, it's just a whole different level, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
don't get me wrong, Columbus got some beautiful women. Columbus
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
got some beautiful, beautiful women. And you know, there's some cool, like you know, like cool, like rich stuff going on out there. But like Miami is just like it's just different, bro. Like you wake up every single day, because I live in like this part of Miami called Brickell, and it's like kind
Oh
of
dang,
like
you live in the rich part.
yeah.
This
But
man
like
said Brickle.
yeah, I live like you feel me. I wake up every single day, bro, and like you know, I used to wake up in Columbus every single day. I was like in the east side suburbs, just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's real chill. Like, you know, now I'm like over here and I wake up every single day and it's like, bro, just like random ass, like, super, like Lambos and like Ferraris and stuff, just going down the street, waking up, bro. Like, seeing all these like high rise buildings and stuff. And like, it's cool living like where I am right now. You feel me? But at the same time, like, I just see all that as just inspiration. You feel me? Cause it's like, that's cool. It's all around me. But at the same time, like I'm not really part of that lifestyle yet. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'm here and I can see all that happening around me, but I'm not into it yet. You feel me? I'm not fully immersed in it yet because you know I don't got all that yet. You feel me? So to me, I'm just like cool. Like this is good, and I'm very grateful for you know where I am and the supporters I have right now. But it's just a reminder. It's like constantly being reminded every minute. Like yo, this is what you could have. This is where you could be. You feel me? And it's real cool.
Yeah, especially like I can imagine that like yes, like enjoying like just the sights of Miami, and then like kind of like just seeing the city and how everything is. But I do see how people can like kind of get lost in the sauce, you feel me? And like it sounds like you're pretty like disciplined, and like you just got like that tunnel vision, and you're really just focused on just like the bag.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to be at least. Cause no, at the end of the day, like this is all cool, but like I know what I want. You know what I mean? Like I don't really think I'm ever gonna be satisfied with anything until I really like make it. Until like all like the homies and the fam is cool. So like we don't gotta worry about nothing. Like, you know, to like the vision that I have like seen, like I got everything that I really would like want like written down like a notebook. And like until like that all comes to fruition, like all this to me is just excess. It's just extra. You know what I mean? Like it's cool, but like a lot of it is just for show. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I want something that like will kind of like last a little more. You know what I mean? I want something that I could kind of like just like spread and I don't know, like kind of bring back. You feel me?
No, I definitely get you on that. Like, and like, especially when it comes to like manifestation too, like, just staying in Miami, like I know that like really brings that up more. Like I was actually, it's kind of funny because like I was going through like Drake's post, and he was talking about how like back in '07, like he had to like him and his team like would finesse like these Rolls Royce like Phantom rentals, and they'll just be driving around the city, and like it would be like, even though he was like kind of like putting his finances like towards those things, it's like for him to have that feeling just to really be involved in that lifestyle, it just pushed him to like really like work towards those dreams. And then eventually, like they actually said that he got that same Rolls Royce. Like his team found the same Rolls Royce and brought it to him.
Yes, bro. Absolutely. I believe it too. Manifestation is very powerful, bro. Like I really believe in like the power of that. Because like if you could feel that feeling, if you could like imagine that, and if you could even like live it for a second, you know what I mean? And like just picture like that feeling that you will have later on, you could definitely do it. You know, it motivates you even more to like make that into reality. You feel me? And like a lot of people do that rental stuff, bro. You could rent a Rolls Royce here for like $140, bro. Like it's crazy. It's kind of insane.
Dang, that is really crazy. Like, dang, they just be tossing out rentals like that.
Something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but like,
no, I got you though. Like, but I wouldn't doubt that though, because I mean, like, I don't know. There's a lot of finessing down there too.
Yeah, bro. A lot of it, I learned that a lot of it is like a facade, but like at the same time though, like if you're doing it for like something like what you was just saying, like the Drake stuff, like I could understand like how that could be beneficial to like your like mental, you know what I mean? I definitely feel that like 100%, bro. Like I'm real big on manifestation, speaking things to existence, especially in Miami, bro. Miami is like low key like a really spiritual place. Like I've noticed, like I don't know how to explain it, but there's a really strange energy about this place that's just real spiritual. Like the vibes here are very strong.
Like, do you like? Because I know you said you were gonna get like you got some shrooms, right? Or like you're looking for shrooms.
Bro, I love the shrooms, bro. Like I had some here. They're buzzing, but I'm very much a shroom advocate.
No, I feel, but like, because I had my shroom trip, and that's pretty solid. Like, I'm definitely ready for the next one.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That's the best drug, honestly.
Like, I don't know. It just be like especially like in that city too. Like, you be getting this like a whole lot of crazy shit, and I'm sure like the inspiration for the music has just been like crazy.
Yeah, it has been, bro. Like for sure. Like, bro, I just gotta show y'all it whenever it's done. Like I might even give y'all a little sneak peek whenever I get it all like mixed.
Through, bro. You gotta send it through.
Whenever it's all mixed in like a recording and whatnot. But like, yeah, the inspiration for the music has been real crazy. Cause like I'm trying to like, I don't plan on dropping like a project anytime soon, but I definitely am like dropping like a lot of singles. And starting next year, I'm trying to like kind of develop like a storyline, kind of tell like me and like the homie stories of like it's kind of like being like kids that leave home and like are in this really unfamiliar place, and kind of just like depicting like the anxiety of it and all that. Like I'm really big on like kind of like psychological horror themes right now. I'm really big on like disturbing darkness right now. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people wouldn't think of Miami as like a dark place, or like the setting for like a horror like theme, like music or like videos and nothing like that. But to me, like the contrast and the juxtaposition of sunny Miami with palm trees and like beautiful women and all that, and making it like disturbing, to me is what's been fueling the music a lot. So y'all will see that when it comes out.
I wouldn't doubt you on like that, because it is like a very like nice city. It's like people like people vacation in Miami and they live in like Tampa kind of vibes, but like it's like a lot of like grinding that goes into just like living in a city like that, because it's like, yeah, you can see somebody like driving like the nicest car and like they're wearing like nicest clothes and like they have like the nicest like living experience, but it's like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears like to get to that point.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and plus like I've never vacationed here, so I couldn't really speak, but I think it's a lot different to like vacation here and to like live here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like how like if you went to like some crazy like like island country, like the people that live there probably have a lot of different experience than the people that are like tourists there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like I see like, especially being in like the music scene here, bro, like I just see like a whole lot of like different sides to it that someone that vacations here probably like wouldn't really be hip to. Like there's like a really big like underground scene here. There's like a whole lot of different music scenes, and it's exciting, bro. But a lot of it is real cool. A lot of it get dark too. But like honestly, like that's what adds the mystique to it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I definitely get that too. Like, and it's like, I don't know, like especially I can imagine documenting all of that too would just be like super interesting to see like what you get yourself into. Like, let me ask you, like I guess like staying in Miami, like how long have you been there so far?
Bro, I've been here for like a month and a half now.
A month and a half. Like, do you find it like hard to like keep up with like the nightlife and just like how everyone moves like super fast?
Sometimes yeah, sometimes nah. Like it just depends on my mood, bro. Like sometimes I really feel like going out a lot, and when I do go out, like I feel like I'm able to keep up. But it's just that this place don't sleep. Like you could go out on a random Wednesday night and like they'll be going crazy. You feel me? And I just
Right.
can't keep up with that every single day. You know what I mean?
There's
Like
like
I'm
an
just,
after party for an after party for like an after party.
yeah, bro. And it's like, it's someone throwing like a random like pool party, like a yacht party, like every single day. Like, like you could just go on like Instagram or like Eventbrite or whatever, and someone's throwing something every day, bro. Like even on a Monday, especially if you go to like South Beach, like, like random crazy stuff. You don't even gotta go to a party, bro. Like literally just go to South Beach, just walk down the street, walk into any random building, and you're going to find yourself in some crazy stuff. Like I've experienced it like mad times, bro. Like I'm like, I didn't even plan to be here today. Like I'm just here randomly, and like some crazy shit that happened.
Damn. See, I can see why like niggas need like addies. They need like go on like 3-day coke binges and shit like that. Just because like I know for me, like I get tired super easily. So it's like being in a city like that, like I'm gonna need like at least some addies just to get me going through the day with like a whole
Yeah,
bunch of caffeine.
facts, bro. I ain't find an Addy plug out here yet, sadly. But also, bro, I'm gonna say this: it was really hard to find good weed out here. Like, I
I
heard
can
that
believe that.
Florida. I heard that Florida weed wasn't good, but bro, it took me like a whole like 3-4 weeks to find a good plug out here, bro. Like it's easier to like. Why is it easier to find a plug for coke than it is to find a plug for weed? Like, don't that seem kind of backwards?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Is it really like that?
Yes, bro. Like everybody here do coke, bro. Like I could probably find coke easier than I could find like good weed, like on some real shit.
Yo, I can like was it like kind of like they were like finessing you for like higher prices or
But it's not even that the prices were that crazy. It's just that the weed was just not
ass?
good. It's just trash. Like the first like couple things I smoked was just not good. But eventually I found some good shit. But like, yeah, nah, bro. It was real mid, real mid.
Bruh, like it's funny that you say that because like me and like a homie named Tapper, like we were talking about this on like the episode, and it was like we were like trying to like so hard to find like a weed plug, like when we were vacationing out there, and like we met this one kid. He was acting like he was like Pablo Escobar. Like I didn't even know if this kid was even in high school. Like he stopped. Like we were walking down like it was like somewhere around Brooklyn, like by the water, and like he just stopped us. He was like, "Hey, did you go to high school with me? Like, did you go to the same high school?" And like, I don't know why he would just say that, but like, we were like, "Nah." And so like, we thought that he was gonna be like a plug, but like, we were out like at 2-3 a.m. and like, we couldn't even get like a gram.
Yeah, bro. I'm weak. Everybody, bro. People out here are bold, bro. Like people out here will really just like come up and talk to you like they've known you like your whole life.
They really
Like
will.
that stuff is funny. And bro, another thing I noticed is like everybody here moved like a drug dealer, bro. Like, why was I at like Home Depot the other day buying some plants, and this dude was like, "Yeah, bro, uh, you ever need any plants, bro? Before you come here, bro, like hit me up. I got the hookup." I'm like, brother, I just secure a plant plug, bro. Like, are you a plant dealer, bro? And like, bro, bro, literally is like a plant plug. Like, I have a plant plug. Like, bro
Word.
is like moving like a plant, like a drug dealer, but like inside a Home Depot, like moving plants like they work. And I fuck with it. Like everybody that I met just move like that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find a meat dealer next.
Yo, throw some beef on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just come here, deal on some pounds. You know.
On some real shit, some A5 Wagyu. You feel me?
Yo, give me. Yo, I ain't never had no Wagyu steak, but I be hearing that shit be busting for real.
Bro, on some real shit. I've never had none of like the real shit. I've had like the mixed shit, like the American like Wagyu shit. I haven't had like the pure like cut shit yet though. I'm trying to though. Shit look crazy.
Shit seems like if when you're down there, someone might just throw you some for free. You know.
Bro, I hope so.
Like, have you like met anybody? I guess like in terms of like, I guess elite or like rich, I get in some sort.
Yeah, I have. I don't want to say no names though, just because I'm not trying to make the relationship weird right now.
Oh, that's
You know what I
fine. That's
mean?
fine.
Because I had just met a lot of them, and I'm just trying to like, you feel me, like not just like put too much of that out there yet. But I have met a couple people, bro. Like y'all will see in due time. Y'all will see in due time.
It seems like they would be like they would just be super generous.
Uh, I would say yes, and I mean, yeah. Okay, okay. I'm. This one person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like some of them are for sure. Uh, Other people, bro, like it's really like hit or miss for real. Like some people here, like with like hella money, like I say, like are like real nice, and then other people, bro, like a lot of them like are just really superficial. You feel me? And not so much the people that I know personally, but just like seeing how people move here. Like a lot of people just are very superficial when it comes to money and looks. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people will be like, bro, like people know that you come to Miami like to spend money. You feel me? So if you don't got it, a lot of people will just be like, bro, like what are you doing here? Type shit. You feel me?
Yeah, like I definitely learned that you can't just be like wearing anything just walking the streets. Like you gotta kind of
Yeah, and
have
that's
like
why
some
like
upkeep.
that's why going outside is such a chore. Like going out in Columbus, bro, like just going outside the crib. You know, in Columbus is real casual. Like, bro, like I don't ever feel like I'm casual here. You feel me? Like I feel like every time I go outside, I need to step, and it's mad tiring. You feel me? Also, especially because it's so hard to dress nights here because it's so hot, bro. Like I'm one of those people in Columbus. I was like, bro, I don't care how hot it is. You feel me? I'm gonna wear this jacket. I'm gonna wear this piece, and I'm gonna suffer. But nah, like you can't do that here, bro. Like you're actually going to suffer. Like you can't fight through the heat here, bro.
I was like sweating like a pig when I was down there, bro. Like
Yeah, bro. That
I be sweating
humidity
like a
is
pig in
crazy.
Alabama. Like I can only imagine Miami heat.
Bro, how is Alabama? I've never been there.
Well, I will say it's not just tractors and cows, but it's like it's chill. Like I stay like in the city area, like in Birmingham, Alabama, and it's like chill. Like it's like a mixture of like how do I explain it? Like regular city life, and then like if you drive a little bit farther out, then you start to get to the country.
Oh,
It's pretty much like regular. Like I would say probably like Columbus. Yeah, pretty much like Columbus, but like more countryside.
mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely gotta take a visit sometime. Gotta do a show out there or something sometime. Definitely trying to see that, bro. I ain't never been to the South besides like Atlanta. Like I went to Atlanta for the first time like this April, and bro, I love the South, bro. Like I really love the South.
Bro,
But
the cooking
Miami don't count, bro. Yeah, I
unbeatable.
love Miami don't count, bro. Is not the South to me. Like Florida in
Bro.
general is not the South to me. Miami is
They're
like its
like
own
their own. They're
country,
like an island. They're their own thing for real.
bro. Miami is just like Cuba but in America, or like it's like the Caribbean but in America. Like it's its own thing. But yeah, I
Bro,
love the
they
South,
got so
bro.
many
Like,
Cubans over there.
bro, OD, bro. It's like 70% like Hispanics out here. Like when I see another Asian person, I literally get excited. Like I don't see Asian people here, bro. It's like seeing a unicorn. I took how many Asians there are in Columbus for granted. So like I come here to Miami and like yo, I'm expecting to see like a whole lot because I'm like, cool, it's a bigger city, you know what I mean? They probably got like a Chinatown. They probably got, no, bro, no, no,
Bruh. You
but
gonna come out there with like a whole different tan speaking Spanish, bro.
bro, literally, bro. And plus, like my barber out here now, he's like Puerto Rican, bro. So he be giving me like the Hispanic barbers got certain like they got a certain way they cut hair, so they be got me looking mad Filipino, bro. Like mad Filipino.
Yo,
No
but
cap.
what about like the food spots? Like how they hitting?
Bro, the food out here goes crazy. I'm not going to lie. There's some fusions out here that I've never even like expected. Like this other day, this girl brought me to this Dominican and Japanese sushi spot.
Wait,
And when I
whoa,
tell
whoa, whoa, whoa,
you,
whoa, whoa. Dominican and Japanese.
yeah, Dominican Japanese sushi spot. When I tell you that was insane, bro. I never had no plantain on a sushi roll before. I never thought about that. You feel me? But like,
That is wild.
it was insane, bro.
That's a
There's like,
game changer. Plantain. Wait,
it's insane, bro. The seafood out here is good too, bro. Like we had this like really crazy ceviche spot the other day, and the other homies was here. It was a ceviche spot, and I really had it was really good because I really just rock with seafood like just in general. And the really thing that stood out was like I walked in there and like literally the inside of the restaurant looked like it was like outside of like a Jeremy Scott collection. Like it looked like Jeremy Scott's crib inside that thing. And the waiter was just such a character, bro. Like the waiter like literally was just so animated, expressive, and literally like when we were done with the meal, we walked outside the restaurant and this dude come running toward us, and I'm like, bro, like who forgot to pay their bill, bro? Like did someone's card decline? Like he came out with the receipt, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And he like, you forgot the hose. I'm like, what are you talking? What? You feel me? And this dude just like give us like a list of places to go to, and like literally like had like the word Spanish hose like underlined written out. He's like, you gotta
Oh
go
my
here.
god.
I'm like, yo, this is what I mean when I say like everybody here is such a character, bro. Like there is no reason you had to do that. Like, you know, like you really
Yeah.
like didn't, but you decided to, and like I fuck with it. It's real, just extra. Like this place is just real chaotic, but like chaotic good.
I feel like a lot of that was definitely gonna carry over to you, like especially like it's. I guess it's would it be like a like I guess compared to like staying in Columbus and then staying in like Miami, like would you say like you kind of like I know you only been there for like a month or two, but you kind of miss Columbus a bit more, or like are you kind of like okay, I'm glad I left?
I more so miss the people more than I miss anything else. Like I love like the surroundings and settings of Miami like a lot more. But I will say like I just miss like of course like I miss like the supporters, I miss like family, I miss friends, I miss people. And I also sometimes I will say this though, I do miss feeling normal sometimes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
in Columbus, like I could very much feel normal. In Columbus I could very much separate. All right, this is like when I'm doing my artist stuff, and this is when I'm just doing my like everyday like normal life stuff. Since I came to Miami, like there has been no like separation to that. You know what I
it
mean?
seems like go mode every time, or like your shirts probably end up being like I guess like investments. Like it's like you gotta have like at least one V Loan shirt, you know, like one Jeremy Scott, you know, in the closet.
Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts. And like, yeah, I just miss like, you know, I miss peace and quiet sometimes. Like I'm not gonna lie. You feel me? Like, you know, like I know like and the outside, like, you know, when you look at like through social media and stuff like that, you know, the whole like rock star stuff going on, you know, but like I do enjoy peace and quiet. And in Miami, like I don't really get that a lot. You feel me? Like I don't really ever get to chill here. You feel me? Like it's just always something going on. So like that's what I really miss about Columbus. And also just like I don't know, just it's just certain things about like the Midwest, bro. Like a fall time. Like you know what I mean? Like right now, like everyone's going through fall, and like
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that I'm not experiencing fall right now. Like, you know, I'm going to like the coffee stores and stuff, like bookshops, like they over here talking about like pumpkin spice lattes and like you know, like pumpkins and shit. And I'm like, bro, like it don't even feel like fall right now. Like it just feel like an extended summer. You feel me? Like why y'all got pumpkins in this bitch? Like ain't no you
Right.
feel me, ain't no fall.
It's like I wonder what Halloween's gonna be like in Miami.
Yeah, I'm actually performing at this Halloween party, not in Miami, but in Fort Myers, which is like the other side of Florida, and it's like a Halloween cosplay like anime party, and it's gonna be my first show in Florida. So
Oh damn. How do you feel about that? Like you excited for that one, or like what you feeling?
I'm very excited for that. One, because I love anime. Two, it's because like that's just such a cool way to start a performance in like your new like state. You know what I mean? Like a Halloween anime like cosplay party, like it's just fire. You feel me? And like I'm really just excited. And I have a lot of people from Columbus coming down too. Like my boy Ukoma, he's coming down from Columbus. A lot of people, a lot of like you know like just friends and stuff like that are coming down to support. And we got like the other homie Lex and JR. They're coming from LA to that show just to perform. And then like the next day, like I'm literally gonna be hopping on a flight to LA, like literally in the morning. Like that night I'm gonna perform, and like at 8 a.m. in the morning I got a flight to LA. So it's gonna be a lot.
Damn, this boy, damn, you moving for real.
Trying to, bro, trying to.
Like, I guess like I kind of wanted to segue over to like when you did your show, Alone in the Crowd, because when I was like watching it, like from like the previews and like not the previews, but like the highlights, like your crowd and like just your stage presence was just crazy. Like you just were just the crowd was just rocking with you.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Like, how was that like setting that show up?
Bro, honestly, it was really cool. So like me and my homie B fans, Brian, we had talked about throwing a show at that venue for a while, bro, because that venue in Columbus, Double Happiness, is actually like it's the second venue I ever performed at in the city when I was like 16. So
Yeah.
I performed at that venue a long time ago, and it closed down in like 2018, I think, or 19. It shut down for a while, and they had it recently opened back up. But last year, before it even opened back up, like me and B fans, we was talking about like, bro, like we need to throw a show at that venue sometime, and we need to like just like throw like an alternative R&B show, and we need to like just have like do stuff to like involve like the like Asian community too or whatever. Because like at the time, like last year around COVID time or whatever, like we were like, bro, like me and B fans was kind of like, I'm not gonna say we were the only ones, but we were like kind of some of the only like like Asian creatives in the scene. And
Yeah.
plus, like I really rock a Double Happiness because it's like an Asian themed venue. Like all the drinks are all like Asian themed. Like the setting is all like old, like that whole theme. So we were like, cool, we want to do something that involves us. Also like do like a different type of music, like alternative R&B, because like a lot of people in Columbus don't really make that type of music, and have it at that venue. And it was crazy because we manifested that. Like we talked about it like a year ago. The venue wasn't even open at that time. The venue just so happened to open like a couple months before we wanted to throw the show, and it was just perfect timing. So like I literally just tweeted it one day, like, oh, I want to throw a show for all the alternative R&B, all the alternative artists. And B fans was just telling me like, bro, like let's just do it. Like like you're talking about it, like let's just do it. I'm like, oh, for real, like right here, right now. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So I was literally in this dude's room. He's like, name some artists that you want, and I'm like, right now. So like he just kind of put me on the spot. You feel me? And I'm like, off the bat, Monroe. Like I know like y'all are familiar with him. Like, yeah, I've known Monroe for like a minute, and I always was a fan of his music. Even before like I really knew him, I was like a fan of his music. So off rip needed Monroe there, and I was like, cool. My homie Ao, because he's like a little bro to me. Like I really like rock with him a lot, and he's like young, and so I wanted him on there. Homegirl Callie, Honey, like, and I brought some other special guests on there too, like Placard and Ukoma and whatnot. And I was just like, cool. Like I have this set of artists that I want on here. So I told everybody the plan, and I was like, yo, like I set up rehearsals for everybody. I was like, yo, like y'all gotta come to rehearsals type shit. You feel me? Like I didn't want it to be like a thing where we just do an event and
it's kind of like unorganized and not like set up properly.
Yeah, bro. Like me and my team, we like looked at everything as like a theater production. You know what I mean? That's what we were like really inspired by. Like, everybody just had like different things about their set. There was like certain like set pieces that came in, like like just like certain lights, certain glow sticks and shit. Different things. Like I wanted it to be seamless. Like I didn't want it to be like super huge gaps in between. I want it to be like someone comes on, someone comes on off, someone comes on right afterwards. The sound was good, so I made everybody like come to rehearsals, like 3-4 rehearsals within the span of like maybe like 2-3 weeks. We rehearsed at like the venue. I got like the vendors and stuff like that. Like my little brother's clothing brand, GP and Messiah, like some other like brands that are kind of like bubbling in the city. Got them there. They were selling like shroom bars and like edibles and that bitch. Selling my merch too. At the same time, there was like some vegan Persian food being sold at like the bar, drinks being sold, and like everybody just played a real good part in it. You know what I mean? Like everybody like set it up all good, and like the performers, they were really cooperative, and they were all really talented, bro. Like I didn't really have to like tell them how to do their job. Like they already knew what to do. It was just a matter of organization. So me and my team, like it was really helpful having like a team to help me do all that. You feel me? Because I just had the idea, but like my team is the people that kind of like pretty much helped to bring it to life. You feel me? And they added on like so much to it. Like at first I was like, cool, I got this idea, but if it wasn't for like everybody being there and like doing all that, like it wouldn't have even been possible. So like the promotion really went crazy too, because like if you really think about it, like in Columbus, like the music scene is real like divided. You feel me? Like there's kind of like two different music scenes going on. Like there's like the trap music scene, and then there's like the like kind of like the alternative DIY, for lack of better terms, like hipster music scene. But it's mostly like rap. Like there's really not a lot of singers in Columbus. You feel me? Like at all. Like off the top of my head, I could probably name like just the people off the show, maybe like a couple other people. But like the like R&B scene in Columbus, especially like the alternative R&B scene, is really not that big. So I just wanted to kind of make like a show that kind of brought us all together, brought that crowd, and at the same time though, like bring the different crowds of the people, like the different audiences of the people that were on the lineup together, so they could be introduced to other music that they will probably support and fuck with, you know what I mean, that's similar to the music that they like, that they're familiar with. So like I was just trying to, like, you know, people complain about Columbus being real cliquey, and I'm not gonna say that I'm the one to change that, nothing like that. Like I don't ever want to, like, you know, take credit for that, but I was just trying to do my part in bringing more people together in like what way I can, you feel me? And I feel like that show was kind of successful with that.
It seemed like it was just more than just successful, because like it was, I was looking at that crowd, and like that was a pretty big crowd, man.
Yeah, it was like 200 plus people, bro.
Jesus, y'all sell out?
Yeah, we sold out.
Yeah, man. You know, it's crazy. Like, you know, from like just listening to you, like your life seems super chaotic, especially like with this move, and then like trying to like continue to pursue like the music, and you know, constant networking, constant producing, like having a team together, getting involved, like getting your hands involved in like all your projects, visual wise, music wise. But like you're very organized and like very distinct and like very like intentional with, like with your movements, and that's like crazy. Just in the kind of like a lifestyle like that, you wouldn't really see, I guess, that kind of like organization for real.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. But honestly, bro, I think like in order to do that, I think organization is like real key. You feel me? And that's something that I'm trying to learn from the other people on my team. You feel me? Like I'm very much like a, you know, I think before this year, I would say I was a very disorganized person, and I was a very kind of like, I wouldn't say, I'm not gonna say I was lacking discipline, but like I could definitely be more disciplined. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I'm like an ADHD child. You feel me? Like I can't focus on one thing too much at a time. But I think like what really helped me was just, you know, growing this team and like getting it together. People like B fans and people like Okasan, like, you know, like me, JR, and Fendi, like in my team, we're really like kind of just like all over the place. Like we're very like, you know, like you said, like chaotic. We're very like just go with the flow type people. You know, people like Okasan and B fans, they're more so like real like structural. They're a lot more like, you know, mathematical in their movements. They're a lot more like, all right, let's sit down, like kind of more stern, you know. Yeah. So it's good to have the people in the those people in the team to kind of balance everything out, because you know they'll attest to you, bro. Like if it was just me making the decisions for everything, I will literally just, the first thing I'd be like, all right, that's cool, bro. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, for sure, yeah, let's do that. But you know, people like B fans and Okasan would be like, nah, bro, like nah, like think it through. You feel me? Like I think I'm too nonchalant when it comes to that, and that's something that I'm learning how to be less of. But yeah, bro, like the organization, it's key. It's real necessary. You feel me? Especially like trying to become more of a professional now, because I think like that's really what I'm trying to separate myself from now, is like going from like, you know, like this local scene type thing to, you know, it's like playing like high school ball and then trying to go D1 and then trying to make it to the league. Like to me, I see like a small city like Columbus, I see that as like a testing ground. You know what I mean? When you move to a big city like LA or Miami or New York or Atlanta, that's when you're playing D1. When you get signed, that's like you're like NBA. That's like, you know, you're in the leagues, you know what I mean? Right. And now I'm just trying to go away from comparing myself to other people at like a local level, and I'm trying to do more of a better job of being organized and moving on the wave that these bigger artists do, like trying to like emulate the way that their teams do things, because I want that to be the standard, instead of being like, oh, we're doing better than so and so and so and so here, or like, oh, we're, you know, doing more than so. Like nah, like to me, like the only people I want to compare ourselves to is people that are better than us and ourselves. You know what I mean? Like that's it. You feel me?
Definitely. Like, and that's like setting the standard, honestly, especially like going from like Columbus to Miami and then like, you know, going back and forth to like LA. Like I'm sure like it's like what's the saying? That's like you were like a big fish in a small pond, and now it's like you're migrating over to like a small fish in a big pond. So like,
Yeah.
so I definitely get that. Like, I guess now, like, I wouldn't say it's competition, but just like you're kind of being around like bigger artists, or you're starting to get around bigger artists. Well, you already been around bigger artists, but it's just like you're kind of in a bigger scene compared to Columbus.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And like I was saying, bro, like, so one thing I didn't really know too much about the Miami music scene before I moved here, right? But
Yeah.
I forgot, like, South Florida is kind of all jumbled up together. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the artists here, like a lot of the bigger rappers here, that are probably here came from like Broward. You know what I mean? And so like
Oh yeah.
it's like, you know, people like X, people like Ski Mask, and like people like, bro, just like that whole like group of people. You feel me? Like they're all like, that's what they consider locals here. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, whoa,
Jeez.
like that's completely different. That's a whole different game. Like to be like the face of the scene in Columbus, you don't really got to do a whole lot. You feel me? Like you don't have any shoes to fill. If you want to be like the face of the scene here, you got to fill in extra shoes, bro. Like you gotta, that's what you gotta do. So it's a whole different game. You feel me? Plus you got like a lot more established people that had came out here, like big names, like, you know, like Pitbull and stuff like that. That's a whole different thing. Plus you got the Latin scene, bro. People like, you know, like Ozuna and stuff like that, bro. Like it's such a big like palm, bro. And I'm like trying to figure out where I fit in here because there's really no like R&B scene out here. But at the same time, that's really cool because I'm like, all right, cool. I could carve a space for myself. You feel me?
Yeah, like it'll really be interesting to see how like that like transpires, especially like now that you brought it, like I completely forgot about like Pitbull, bro. Like I forgot like he was like, I guess like the Miami scene, regards to like the music he made.
Pitbull's a goat, bro. People was hating on Pitbull way too much. Pitbull was a goat.
Man, like he was pretty much like taking over like the top tens like back when I was in middle school.
Yeah, bro. Bro, like you cannot go a day without hearing Pitbull, bro. And like people say he's like a really great guy. Like that's what like that's like the consensus. Like everybody says he's like a super nice dude, and I could really imagine that. So shout out to
They
Pitbull.
were hating on Pitbull though.
Bro, I remember like mad people hating on Pitbull, calling like the music like, oh, this is corny, this is like gimmicky. And I mean it was kind of corny, I'm not gonna lie, but like
Yeah,
it was enjoyable though. Like it was in an enjoyable, like, bro, you're not supposed to take it too seriously. You feel me?
yeah. Like for the time, like it was like something like, you know, like I would always play, and it's just like I don't know. But I guess it's like I was too young for that, like just to understand like I guess the backlash about him.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I was just seeing it like on YouTube, like, cause you know, like it's like the nostalgia effect, bro. Like when something new comes out, like on YouTube, you go to the comments and they're like, "Bro, this sucks. This is shitty." Like, "Oh, I missed the old times," or "Oh, like this new music sucks." And then like 10 years later, bro, like you go into the comments now, like on a video like that, and they're like, "Oh, I miss when music was like this and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Yo, like y'all was not appreciating this when it came out, bro. Like y'all was not, like, bro, like, you feel me?"
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, like you said, like with just new music. Like I remember like when Drake dropped Views, everyone was like, "Man, this is like an ass album. Like, why do you even drop this?" A few years later, it's like people still like playing it back to back. Like this is like, I don't know. Like people just usually, like music just usually has to sit with people, kind of just to like really sink in, you know?
Yeah, facts, bro. Like it happens all the time. I feel like that's about to happen with a Whole Lotta Red too, because like, you know, when Whole Lotta Red was coming out, like, bro, everyone was like, "This is garbage, bro. It sucks."
Yeah, bro. Like all my friends were saying like it was trash, and I was like, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, I'm like, bro, like y'all are gonna look back at this, bro, because I remember them saying the same thing about Die Lit. Like when Die Lit first came out, people was like, "Bro, this is not hard. This is not what we was expecting." And now everybody loved Die Lit. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, bro. People gonna talk, but they gonna appreciate it later. Like they gonna miss it. Like it's like the nostalgia effect.
Like, do you feel like with your music, because like your music's like pretty experimental. Like, do you ever feel like now that you're like where you are like in Miami, like do you feel like you have to like adjust your music, or are you just gonna stay true to like your sound?
I'm gonna find a balance, honestly. Like I feel like I got a lot of the experimentalism like out of my system. Just because like that music that I made like last year, or like earlier this year was real experimental, just because like I was just off psychedelics pretty much the whole time I was making it. But now like I want to find a balance. Like I want to experiment, but at the same time make it more digestible for people.
Right.
Like not like saying like compromise and nothing like that, but like I kind of just want to make music that's still authentic to me, but just kind of like easier to listen to. You feel me? If that makes sense.
No, that makes like a lot of sense, especially like in the Miami scene or like really just in any scene really where you're at. Like sometimes like it's not even like you're trying to, it's just like where you're at kind of just like inspires you just to like make the certain kind of music, and it just like fits like with these kind of people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, like I wouldn't say it would be a compromise, because it could be like you're finding another sound too.
Yeah, I don't really see it as a compromise at all, for real. To me, I'm just seeing it as like kind of just like adapting to your environment. You know what I mean? Because the
Yeah.
music I'm making out here, I would not have been able to make back in Columbus, and vice versa. Like I said, like I'm very much a person that's inspired by the world around me. I'm inspired by situations and events that I live by. And you know, the things that I'm living now is just really different from when I was living back then. So you know, the music is gonna be different. You know, it's pretty simple.
No, I definitely feel that. Like, and speaking of new music, you're dropping a new single on the 29th, bro.
Yeah, dropping that new single. It's cool. It's called With Her. So my boy Ukoma, also from Columbus. Uh, it's cool. Like, it's a good song. Like to me, I see it more as like an in-betweener song, just to like keep people like, you know, keep people like interested before like the other stuff come out. You feel me? Because like I said, like none of the music I'm going to drop is gonna be bad. None of it's gonna be like mediocre and nothing like that. But like, you know, when you just like make art and you
Yeah.
just know that you just have so much better stuff coming out later on, you're just like, I just want to drop this stuff already.
Right.
But you know that you just gotta stick with the plan. That's how I feel right now. You feel me?
Bro. Like, and it's just like really inspiring that like you're just constantly like pumping out new music. It's like in that mindset where it's like, oh, I got all this released music, but like my unreleased music, man, that shit way better. And it's just like really cool just to see that, bro. Like,
Thanks, bro.
because the way you be working, like, man, like you just be like, just like even after having this conversation with you, it gave like a new perspective, because it's like not only like are you a workaholic, like I was just like thinking like, oh, like you really like just all about the music, but like you're about like the music and like the people that you've been riding with for like a while, you know, and your team and like whoever that you encounter, like, so it's just like kind of like I said, like the wholesomeness along with like making career choices, like it's like a nice balance to where it's like not one, I guess, like sometimes like it's especially like when it comes to music, like it feels like you kind of leave like your values behind, but like you're not doing that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, I don't know, like, I to me, like, I think like I don't think I ever leave that behind, because this to me that's the stuff that like really keep me going. You feel me? Like, I feel like everything I really do, like I don't really do it for myself. Like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely things that I do for myself, but
Right.
when it comes to the end goal of things, like I just want to see everybody good. You feel me? Like, of course, like I have more concrete goals than that, but at the end of the day, like just to keep it general, like I want to see everybody good. You know, because I'm like, bro, like, and at the same time, like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I could do it without them. You feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like being an artist, like it's impossible to do it by yourself. It's impossible to do it without supporters. It's impossible to do it without like a good team behind you. People could say, can cap and say that they did it all by themselves, but I guarantee you it was at least one person that helped them out, bro. So it's like, you know, I want to keep all that stuff good. I want to keep everything. You feel me? I want to keep all that stuff like, you know, balanced and good between all of us. Keep the energy good, because like, you know, like I need like the team. I need supporters as much as they need me. You feel me? And like I said, it's not possible without all of it together. You feel me? So like, yeah, that's just the energy that I come with right there. Like I'm trying to like just do it for everybody. You feel me? Like not just me.
No, I definitely feel that. And like, there is like the narrative, like, yeah, I did this by myself. Like, I didn't need anybody. Like, but like you said, it's like all cap. Like,
Yeah,
everyone
bro.
needs some help.
In music, at least, bro.
At
No
least
way
in
you did it all
music.
by. Like, you're not telling me that you recorded, wrote, made the beat, shot the video, engineered it, set up your shows, booked everything all by yourself, bro. Like, it is not humanly possible. You feel me? Unless you was on like 300 milligrams of Adderall every day, like I don't think it's humanly possible.
Man, you probably gonna need more than that.
Yeah, bro, it's just too much. And that's one thing I'm really grateful for is just having like a team that's on the same page too. Like we all want the same thing. And to me, like it's real rare because like it took me a long time to find, people that were all trying to like do the same thing as me, all on the same page. Not to say that like, I didn't work well with the other people I worked with before, it's all love to them too, but you feel me? Like it's cool just to have a team that all of us could set all of our egos aside and just focus on like the bigger picture. Like you feel me? Like I've never like been the type of person to like kind of like power trip or be like, oh, I gotta be this way or I gotta be that way because it's how I see it. Like, nah, bro. Like my whole team, bro. Like I value all their opinions. Like before I make any decision, I consult with them. You feel me? Like before anything happens, like even if it's like an interview or like something small, like I tell everybody like, how do y'all feel about this? Like all this, you feel me? Like, and coming from like Columbus, like coming from Columbus, bro, a lot of people don't really do that, bro. Like come from Columbus, people don't really like team up. Like a lot of it is like, oh, like I'm on my own type shit. Like I'm trying to do this for myself. Like I don't want to like support you type shit. So like it's good seeing people finally like kind of like come together now. You feel me? And I'm not gonna say that we're the reason that happened. I'm not gonna say that. You feel me? Because that's just like a real cocky thing to say. But like, I'm just glad to see more of that happening. Like I'm just glad to see the scene there in like a healthier place. And if we like inspired some of that, then that's even better. You feel me?
And like you do the show too, like, and that's just from like the turnout and just like seeing even Monroe, just like a lot of people that he be collaborating with, like all in like Columbus in that scene. It's just like I'm seeing, I guess like the egos are being put aside.
Yeah, bro. Like beautiful things could happen when egos get put aside, bro. Like, any of those artists that was on the lineup at any given point could have been like, nah, bro, fuck this. Like, like, oh, alone in a crowd show, like, well, I'm over here like promoting his shit. Like, anybody could have did that at any given time. But like, I'm just glad that everybody just saw the vision. You feel me? And like, I would have did the same thing for them type shit. You feel me? And like, bro, especially bro, Monroe too, bro. Shout out Monroe, bro. That man is crazy. Like,
Shout out Monroe, man.
That man is insane, bro. Like his bro, there was one of my highlights of that show actually was when he did this unreleased song he got called Difference, and he hit this high note and everybody just went crazy, bro. I was like, bro, it was just beautiful. Yeah, Monroe is insane, bro. How do y'all know Monroe, by the way? I'm very curious.
So like, how did we know Monroe? Cause like I did like an interview with him like a while back, even before like the podcast. Like I did like a write up for him, and it was like he was on some of the mixes, like the person that runs 1107, Lorenzo, shout out Lorenzo. He found him actually, and he was just rocking with his music. And then like we followed him from like his early EPs and then like his earlier singles like on SoundCloud, and it was just history from there, man. Like that man's just crazy with it. Like he just be having like a vibe where it's like, especially for like this season right now, man. Like
yeah,
I find myself playing like a lot of Monroe music.
Bro, Monroe's music is really good, bro. Like Monroe is definitely on his way up, like for sure. Man, it's crazy. I still, bro. Actually, I just reminded me of how I met Monroe. Like I remember, bro. Like the first time I ever met this man Monroe, bro. Like it's because this man bought a hoodie for me. Like I had like this real old like hoodie drop that I did like years ago, and this man had bought one for me. And like he was just, I was just selling it through my DM, so he was DMing me asking me to cop one from him. And through that, I never really heard of bro before that, and I peeped his music on his page, and I was like, bro, this is good. Like this is really good. Like, who are you? You feel me? So like from there, bro, like I just always like, kind of like checked him out, like kept tabs on him. Like we collaborated a couple times. We actually have a song together, and y'all probably will never hear that because like it's just really not that good compared to what we could do
Uh,
now.
dang man, you ain't even gonna show me like the unreleased, bro. Not even like a
Ah,
private link.
bro, we're gonna make more music. We're gonna make more music for sure. Like that
Nah, it's all
song, we
good.
made that song in like 2000, like what, like 19, I think. Like it was so, it was cool for the time. But like me and Monroe just both have grown so much as artists, and I'm definitely am trying to like make more music with him because yeah, he just makes really great music.
Yeah, I'm definitely like ready to hear that. Like just that collaboration, and like also what I appreciate even more is just the fact that like y'all both like have the same values in terms of just like y'all just stay true to yourselves and then don't like let the cloud like just make y'all like act a certain way.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Especially because like, bro, like it's kind of hard to like even like let it get to your head because at the end of the day, like I just always gotta remember that like, bro, like there's this one lyric I really love, bro. It was like, you a somebody now, but what's a somebody in a nobody town? You know what I mean? Like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I might like be popping in like a certain city, but it's real humbling because I'm like, cool. If I go to like somewhere like Miami or like LA, nobody knows who I am yet. You know, like, what do I look like? I would look real goofy if I just let that get to my head. Like, oh, I'm this. You feel me? Like, nah, bro. Like, and even when I do like get to that point, like, to me, like, I don't know, like, I don't really care about clout, bro. Like, I care about reputation more than clout. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that I have like a that my name like like holds weight and like I have like a good like reputation behind me, but I don't really care about clout, or none of that. To me it's more about like what you do, like what you do, well, like what your name can do, you know what I mean, like what not necessarily power, but like like cool, like you have this reputation, you have like this like people know you or whatever, like you have this audience, what are you gonna do with it? You feel me? Like cool, like you might have clout, like some people might have clout, but like what are they really doing with it? You know what I mean? Like it's useless if you don't like make something of it. You feel me?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, like a lot of the times the people really like, not to say like there's levels to it, but like sometimes people really like skew the numbers, and it's like, but then like when you see like the fan base, like you see people who have like probably like 200 followers, but like they make so much of a bigger impact than someone that will like have like a million streams.
Yeah, facts, bro. Because like you can't you can't get past real life, bro. You know what I
You
mean? Like
can't.
you can't get past, you can't, you could fake the numbers, you could fake streams, and you could, they might not even be fake streams. You could even like do numbers like online, but like the one thing that you can't get past is building an audience and building those like relationships and connections and like touching people. Like you can't skip that. You feel me? You can't automate that. You can't, you feel me, like do that. And I think that's just one thing that I've focused on a lot. Like I said, to a fault, I feel like I haven't really been caring about numbers a whole lot. You feel me? Like my streams really are not where I want them to be right now. Like I'm trying to get more, but like in terms of just like like local presence and like building like a strong like supporter base uh at home, like I feel like that's really what I focused on for the summer. Now I'm trying to move more digital, you know what I mean? I'm trying to move more number wise type shit. You feel me? Because like if you look at my numbers, a lot of people could say like, yo, like your streams really are not all that, but at the same time I could confidently tell you that I could sell out a crowd in Columbus like whenever. You feel me?
Yeah, because that was like my next point too. It was just like, you're like it's like you're like a kept secret, and it's like the way you move is like kind of like you're out there, but it's like you like to just like kind of have like this persona about you, like this mystery, but like you're selling out like arenas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, that's not even really on purpose. I'm just like really like introverted for real. Like if I'm comfortable, like you feel me, like one on one or whatever, like or like in front of like a big crowd, like I could, be out there and I could like, speak comfortably or whatever when I need to. But like I really just don't, like show my face a whole lot. I don't really like going out a whole lot, and I don't really like, you feel me, like kind of being too out there all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like the whole like mystery thing is just it's like not on purpose. It's more so like my personality. You feel me? And like the numbers is just like something that's just gonna come. You know what I mean? I'm working with like certain like marketing managers and stuff now. I'm starting next month to try to like get that going, to try to like raise my like streaming numbers and whatnot more. So hopefully that works out. If not, then like I'll figure it out eventually. But I think I think that like what I was doing in Columbus in the summer is just like a good makes a good case for like, bro, like yeah, numbers matter, but at the same time, like, bro, like just like that organic like homegrown support, like it still matters just as much, you know what I mean? And like now that I feel like we've had that, I feel like I could focus more on like digital things, you know what I mean? I could focus more on like just like doing things on the internet and stuff like that. Like now I feel like I have like a good like home base type shit. Like I feel like I've not necessarily proven myself at that point there, but like I feel like I've done enough where I feel comfortable with focusing more of my shit digitally and whatnot. Because honestly, like that's really what's gonna help you as an artist really get exposed more. You feel me?
No, I definitely feel you on that. Like, it's just it's really crazy just the fact that like I don't know, like the connections that you have, like especially with Columbus, like and like the people there, like you said, like you could just sell out like a crowd like that, and like also the fact that like you just have like a lot of industry connections, and like you said, like you heard the song like No Limit like a year before like it came out, and like and Trippie Redd, and like you just being well connected in the industry already, so it's like even if like the numbers aren't quote unquote there, it's like you're already like on like the path.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you see the path that I'm trying to go towards. I ain't gonna say it like out loud, but like I think
I know what you mean.
I think I think you see what I'm trying to go toward more. If you know,
like,
you know.
Yeah. And it's like the good thing about it is just like the music is coming first. Like like you're just so like hyper focused on the music and like making sure like it's like what you want it to be.
Yeah,
rather
bro.
than just like putting out a single for the sake of like, oh, like I made a song. Like you're making sure it's the right song.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like if more than anything, I just want the art to last. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be something that stands the test of time, and I want it to be something that people can listen and be like, oh, this is authentic, and this is like original, and this is something that's just gonna last for a while. You know what I mean? Like to me, like I do it because I love music. You feel me? Like I've always loved music, and I still love music, and I don't think I'm ever going to. And like all the other stuff, like honestly, like I hate the other side of stuff. Like I hate like the whole business side of things, but I'm just learning how to do it just because if I wanna make a career out of this, I know I have to. You feel me? So like I'm sucking it up, and I'm like cool. Like no matter how much I hate it, no matter how boring it is, like I need to do this. So like, but if I could just sit there and just make music my whole like with all my time, I definitely would, bro. Like I definitely would. A lot of people are like the other way around. They're like, oh, like I like the extra stuff, and music is kind of like a secondary thing. And that's actually like in like the industry, bro. I feel like that's a better mindset to have, like in terms of just like making it. You feel me? I feel like people that could do that can't make it easier. You feel me? So I'm just trying to like balance it out. You know what I mean? Like people always tell me like the music industry is like 90% business, 10% music, and I'm learning that more and more. And bro, like it's so annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but like you said, just like if you can make music all day, you could, and it's just like the passion's so strong that you're willing to deal with like the business side.
Yeah. Cause bro, I don't got no plan B, bro. You feel me? It's like I gotta go all in. Like I'm a full-time artist. You feel me? Been it since March, so it's like I gotta spend. I'm trying to discipline myself where like, if I'm not working a job, if I'm not working like a traditional job, I gotta spend at least 8 hours a day, 5 days a week on music. You know what I mean? So like I'm trying to like divide my time up to like, and obviously I'm not gonna be able to do that like all the time. Like obviously like life happens and stuff, but like
yeah.
I'm trying to like I'm trying to like meet that. You feel me? 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 hours, like a full time job, like on music, and the weekends is for networking. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'm trying to like divide my time up. Uh, and it's been cool so far, but definitely got to do more, bro. Like I'm grateful for where I am, but I'm definitely not satisfied at all. Like definitely got to do a lot more.
Now, like, and do you feel like the sleep's kind of like lacking?
Oh, bro, I'm so sleep deprived like all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bruh, no, I feel that because there was like one artist I was interviewing. His name's Never Home. Shout out to him. And like, yo, he was telling me how like he'll probably get like an hour of sleep for like a lot
Yeah,
of nights.
bro, that's facts, bro. I'm trying to like stray away from that because like, yeah, like, bro, my sleep deprivation got me into like some bad situations like right before I moved. So like I'm trying to get away from that, but like, yeah, that's not uncommon, bro. Like a lot of us like really will not get a lot of sleep because I'm already insomniac, and also like just the anxiety, bro. Like the anxiety of trying to make it into like the music industry when you know that there's like, so like when I go to sleep, bro, it's like, bro, like I'll lay down, I'm like, cool, I gotta rest. Like my body's telling me to rest. And then automatically in my head, I'm like, bro, you sleeping right now? It's probably like 10,000 other artists like working right now. Like it's like trying to make it to the league, bro. It's only like a couple spots. It's only like a couple spots in the industry that like are really there. You know what I mean? Like real good spots. And it's like to me, I'm just like, oh nah, bro. Like I would just want that spot. You feel me? So it just makes it so hard for me to sleep because I have like anxiety about like, nah, I gotta do it. I gotta do this. But during this certain amount of time, I gotta do this as soon as possible. And it's really not a healthy way to think. Like I don't condone this way of thinking. Like this is not a good
Yeah.
way to think. But like that's just how my mind works. You feel me? I'm trying to break out of it, but I feel like that's how a lot of artists think. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I gotta do this like soon type shit. Like I'm on a clock type shit.
Nah, I mean like, cause however you like it's perceived, it's just like, of course, like there's always like other ways to think about things, but it's just like the anxiety part of like not like constantly working towards like your goals, and then like before you know it, there's like no time left. Like it definitely gives me anxiety. Like so I'm sure it'll give you anxiety, especially like a lot of other artists who like put all their eggs into like this basket. Like this is like all or nothing. Like it's like there's no plan B. So I can definitely understand like the anxiety that comes with it, but even with all that, like, just like taking it day by day and just, like it would be different if it was like you weren't doing anything, but like since you're constantly working towards these dreams, it's like there's a bit of like ease to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then plus, just being able to chill like in Miami and like, not to say like it's just like all play, but like at least like there's enough play.
Yeah, definitely a lot of play, bro. Sometimes too much. Sometimes, not gonna lie.
No, I definitely feel you on that. Shoot, man, like that's like like because I haven't experienced that, like just living in Miami or living in a big city like that, but I'm sure it's just pretty wild.
Yeah, bro, it is, bro, and yeah, yeah, especially Miami, because like it's not like any other city I've been to, bro. Like LA is wild, New York is wild, Atlanta's wild, but like Miami is just like inside out, like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just a lot, but yeah, bro, like sometimes like I'm just at a loss for words, and like I just be in disbelief at like some of the shit I see here sometimes. You feel me? And maybe it's just because I spent so much time in Columbus where things are chill. You know what I mean? You like live in like a small city and you're just like so used to just like, you know, things just being, like zen. You know what I mean? Things just being cool.
Right.
You feel me? So yeah, it's still an adjustment that I'm still definitely like trying to make. It is wild, but at the same time, it makes for some great music. It makes for some really really good music. Cause like all the influences, bro, like just come in. I really cannot wait for you guys to hear this music that's coming out next year. Like I'm dropping I'm dropping a song every single month, and I'm dropping a visual every single month. But I'm not gonna actually drop music that I made in Miami till like January.
Well, you definitely gotta like slide some through, bro, so we can show our support, bro.
Yeah, I got you, bro. It's, like I'll probably send y'all a little preview when I get some stuff mixed. I'm gonna record a lot of music in LA, but like this next song I'm dropping this week, I made it in Columbus. The song will be dropping next month. I still made it. Like it was all like music I made like right before I moved type shit. So the music that I made here, yeah, it's gonna come. And then I'm trying to like do videos and stuff. And bro, like honestly, bro, I'll do a show in Alabama, bro. I'm willing, bro.
Man, if you do a show in Alabama, bro, you know I'm gonna support. Even if you do a show in Atlanta, bro, I'm gonna drive up there, bro.
Bro, I love Atlanta. Actually, I'm actually planning to go there in December. I love Atlanta. Like after Miami, I think Atlanta might be the move.
Oh dang!
Depending on how life go, I don't really know. Like I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. Like I didn't expect to be in Miami. I don't know where I'm gonna be next year, but Atlanta would be a great place.
Yo, Atlanta is a vibe, bro. Like it's like a super. I feel like it's not like. I guess like it's underrated when you compare them to cities like Miami and like LA and New York.
Bro, but like that's what I like about it though, is like Atlanta to me doesn't feel too overwhelming. Like it feels like home to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like the main thing I love about Atlanta is just like the people. Like the people there are so supportive. Like they'll literally like treat you like, you feel me, like they one of your own type shit. You feel me? Like I really just love the energy of Atlanta. And the people there are like real cool. And I love the food too. Just like the whole like Southern culture. Besides like the racism, of course. But like
but yeah,
but like everything else besides the racism is like mad fire.
Honestly, I mean, yeah, like especially like Atlanta, bro. Like I remember just like going through like their 5 points one day, and it's like,
yeah,
bro,
Lil 5.
You just feel like at home, bro.
Yeah, Lil 5 is fire, bro. And plus, like the women out there are like really fire too. Like, no cap,
bro. Like it's like a whole different kind of thickness, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Whole different kind, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. Yeah,
but man, do you got anything to say to like the crowd, like to like anything, any kind of inspiring words?
Shit, bro. What do I even say? You gonna have to give me a second. I don't know.
No, it's all good.
I feel like I've talked a lot.
I feel that, bro. We're going on like an hour and a half, bro. But I mean, there was like a lot of good shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate it, bro. It was a good conversation for sure.
Honestly, but shoot, man, it's like it's a real honor having you up here, bro. Like I know, like you're super busy, and then like you got like doing like a whole lot of adjustments, and so like you making time out your busy schedule, bro. Like we really appreciate it, and also shout out to Fernando for connecting me with you, bro. Like that man's the GOAT, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Shout out Fernando for sure, and I appreciate y'all having me, bro. Like for sure, like definitely down. When you think it's gonna come out, bro?
So I'm dropping. There's one episode that's coming this week, and then beginning of next month is when it's gonna come out.
Okay, cool, for sure.
So the first week in November.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna be listening to it in LA, just like chilling there, listening to it with the homies. Definitely. Didn't you say like Fernando's in Cali too?
Yeah, he in Sacramento actually.
Oh dang, that's a grip.
So you know what I'm saying? Y'all could like link up for real.
Hey, I'm with it, bro. I'm gonna be in LA for damn near a whole month. So like, you feel me? I'm definitely with it.
Yo, but 1107 conversation with Davi Sol. Also, before we close out, yo, you gotta check out his new single. With her.
Yeah, with her.
It will drop 29th.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta support the homie for real.
For sure. Also, Miami Punk dropping November 19th.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Y'all be on the lookout, man. He on the come up.
Yeah.
He already on the come up.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all having me though, bro. It was great talking with y'all.
It's no problem. And we out.
Yep. You're right.